So, thank you guys. Thank you very much for this particular moment. I think we have to talk about few issues that we are facing as the people of Kenya. Actually, there is many things that are going on, but I'm going to highlight or to talk about few. One of the things that I'm going to talk about is the, for instance, cases that we have witnessed of abduction within the society of Kenya. We have witnessed many cases of abduction, young Kenyans being abducted, even foreigners. It is just few months ago, about 1 or 2 months, where the opposition leader of Uganda, Honorable Besigye, was abducted in this country, and he was later found in his country without proper migration process of taking him back to his country. So he was just found in a prison there in Uganda, and he was abducted here. So, and for instance, we have seen cases whereby young people, young children are being abducted, and they are taken to non-communicado, and there is no any proper report of where they are about, of where about they are, and such cases are unacceptable, not just unbelievable but also unacceptable in a democratic society like Kenya. um, and one of the things that I want to talk as a security expert, one of the things that maybe I've been able to observe on the, for instance, abduction cases, it is one, when you look at the people that are targeted and the people are being abducted are all government critics. Once you seem to criticize the government, then the following thing is that you might be abducted. And what does that say? It means that this is a government or it is a state mission. And whoever is doing this is the state machinery. It is just the other day we saw the Inspector General of Police coming to the public and saying that it is not police who are doing that. Yes. And he said it is criminals. And he said that they don't know where those criminals are and who are those criminals, what do they want. They don't know, they don't have any network about the criminals they are purporting to do. Okay, the criminals that they maybe they are saying that are the one who are doing it. And when the Inspector General of Police, a person with such a rank, stand and tell the public that they are not aware of anything, it raises a lot of alarms and concern, and to me it brings or raises many questions in my mind. One of the questions that I'm asking myself, how safe are we as the country if the government is not aware of the criminal gang that is purported to being abducting people, and what is the role, or what is the role of the government, more so the National Security Council, because we have a National Security Council that's chaired by the president, uh, and that council, the National Security Council, is is a council that has the president as the chair of the council, and also the deputy president, the cabinet secretary responsible for foreign affairs, the cabinet secretary for defense, and the cabinet secretary for interior, together with the national chief of the defense forces, and the inspector general of police by himself, and also the director of criminal investigation of the National Security Intelligence Service. He is a member, and the inspector, a person with a rank of the Inspector General of Police, to come and say is not aware of anything doing with abduction, to me I feel like is a lie. Number one, why are these people targeting only government critics? Why? Number two, where are those people operating from? And if it is within the territory of Kenya, where is the NIS, the National Intelligence Service? Where is the DCI, the Director of Criminal Investigation? Where is the National Police Service and the National Security Organ? Because we have those national security organs. So I really ask myself many questions that they don't have answers. But I would like to tell the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kanja, to think before he comes to the public to make such uh, allegations or those such statements, because some statements may degree, your or demean your capability, and also may be like, you know, showing how incompetent that you are, because a person of such a haiba like yours shall not be even imaginable to come into the public and make such utterances to the public. I think we have a problem as Kenyans. We are in a disaster moment, and we have to get out of this disaster. The government has turned to a demon. The government now is eating its own people. People voted for the government. People fought for this government. People even paid a cost for this government, are now targeted by the same government for the benefit of few politicians, and which is not good and it's not right. So for the issue of abduction, this is not just that we are requesting, we are demanding. And I would like to remind the president with his troopers and his allies that reading out Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution, it says that all sovereign power belong to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with this constitution. If you go back to Article 2, the same constitution say that the sovereign power of the people, the people's sovereign power shall be exercised, or can be exercised, or may be exercised, either directly or through the democratic elected representative. That is the law. That is the constitution. So you are working as a democratic elected representative. So once you fail, Kenyans can take power on their own and and exercise it by themselves, because the constitution gives them a room to do such. Another thing, if you go to Article 3, it says that the sovereign power of the people is delegated, underline the word delegated, is delegated to the following state organs, that which shall perform the functions only in accordance with the constitution, or in accordance with the constitution of Kenya. And it says that the first organ is the National Assembly and the National Legislative and the County Legislative Authorities, assemblies and the national executive together with the executive structures at the county level, and the judiciary and tribunals, independent tribunals. I believe that law is quadrant clear about what that we should be taking. And reading out Article 33 that gives Kenyans the right of association, not even just association. Let's go to Article 35, 36 I mean. Article 36, which is the right of expression. Kenyans are given their democratic right to express themselves, as long as it is not propaganda for war, it is not discriminating any other community, as long as it's not bringing any kind of, but expression, it is fundamental in the law. Is not even guaranteed by, is not granted by the state. It is fundamental. So they should know that all Kenyans have fundamental freedom to express themselves. That is the constitution that we have. Another thing I would like to talk about, it is the issue of, I think let me talk about Riggy. It is the issue of Riggy. Riggy was impeached, and as he was impeached, he was sent away from government. He still have his own rights as any other Kenyan. I know this man is giving the government sleepless. This man is seem to be a threat to the current administration. But as he is a threat, he should be given his room to perform his fundamental freedom and also rights to enjoy, because it is only few months he was attacked in Limuru, and as he was attacked there, he was about to death. Today, as he was in Nyandarua, he was also targeted by a tear gas that was thrown to his tent, and indeed he was a target. No matter how you don't like this guy, you rather like it or not, but the love that the people has towards him, because of the truthness inside him, I don't think if you can emerge that standard, and I don't think if you can remove that love from the people. The only thing you have to do is to work for the people, to give service to the people, to tell the people of Kenya the truth, and to do what is necessary and what is required by the law, and listen to the people and do what they want. This issue of chasing Riggy, sending goons towards his meetings, disturbing his meetings so that he could not speak, those are nonsense and awkwardness. Those are low class or low standard of reasoning capacity. If that is the kind of reasoning capacity in the current regime, I think they still have a long way to go, because no matter what, people are tired, and whatever you'll do will never change what the people think about you. The only thing can change the mind of the people, it is now you changing your nature, your style, your approach, your whatever, you change your character and steps together, so that you serve the people, you listen to the people, You do what the people wants, and that one will enable you to move forward towards what you want. So I want to remind you, if you read article 38, that talks about the right of the political rights. It is in article 38 of the Kenyan constitution. You will see what is contemplated there, and you'll be able to understand that every person has a right to make a decision towards politics, a decision of his or her choice. And also reading article 33, that talks about freedom of association. The law, it's very clear that Kenyans are free to associate or participate for any, in forming or participating in life activities for any kind, for a formation of any kind. So you should not threat Kenyans, blackmail them, and do bad things to the people of Kenya without thinking. This administration has been a very high standard of disappointment to the people of Kenya, because number one, this administration has been targeting the young children or the young men and women of this country towards abduction, extrajudicial activities that silence the young generation, who have the people that have rose to defend, protect their dignity, their rights, and their country as well. So I believe this administration needs to do something towards what the young people want, because the steps that you're taking and the actions that you're doing now, you are undertaking, will never change what they believe. They have already lost their trust towards you, their respect, their hope, and they know now they are in a situation whereby they feel like you have to get away for them to have another hope. What the president is doing is further from what he promised during campaign and after campaign, immediately after winning. He told us that there will be no more bodies to be found in River Yala. For instance, we have witnessed body collections from different parts of this country, including Kware, Shakahola, and many more other places. He told us there will be no more abduction. He even said that he had instructed to the national to the DCI to break a special squad that was formed towards the abduction by the previous government or regime. But what it seems to happen right now is 3 times than what was happening. Then we ask ourselves, why? Why will the president say this and do that? Today, the president that we have in this country is like a cartoon. And I'm sorry to say that. For a lack of better words, I will call him a cartoon, because he is. And I believe he's a cartoon. We can't have a president enjoying life, laughing, when young men are losing life. You remember on 25th of June, or let's talk about the entire June of this year, 2024, there were many activities that were unnecessary activities, but they had to, because it became necessary for the activities to take place after the government ignoring the people of Kenya. And many people were killed, others were injured, including myself. I was injured by a bullet. I was hit by a bullet, and I suffered from bullet injuries. And there is many other youths who were at the same stage like myself. And I understand, but I thank God because that bullet did not affect me much and also did not took my life. Because the moment I was shot, there was a guy who was next to me that was hit by a bullet on his chest, and his life ended just there. It is very painful as the young people of this country, after all the struggles, indeed there is nothing that is going on. Young people rose and came out very vocally and very passionately about changing this nation. But what happened is that the government or the political class restructured themselves and came together to now partner and cooperate towards to make sure that we don't get any that we want, and to safeguard their interests. And I think everything happened with a reason. Sorry. And we know that whatever happened, it happened with a reason and purpose. And that is why now we have seen people with the real good heart of the people and those who are just safeguarding their own interests. And going forward, we are going to deal with them. Time will tell. Another thing I will remind Kenyans, please, let's work together. Let's make sure and ensure that we serve and change this country. We can change this nation. We can change it. This country is relying on us. The nation is calling us as young men and women to march out, protect, defend the dignity of our people, the rights and fundamental freedom of Kenyans that is contemplated in chapter 4 from Article 19 to Article 59 of the Kenyan Constitution. And to make sure that Kenyans are enjoying their democratic rights and fundamental freedom. The nation is calling us to prevent the supremacy of this constitution as is contemplated in Article 4 of the Kenyan Constitution. And without further ado, I would like to remind you, reading Article 1, Article 2 and 3 of the Kenyan Constitution, it is enough spirit to emerge all Kenyans to come out and protect this nation. The president, together with his cabinet, when they were being sworn in and taking an oath of office, they promised to protect, to defend, to uphold and to uphold the Constitution of Kenya. But what it seems to be is like those are just law breakers. Whatever they are doing is unconstitutional. Whatever they are doing is unconstitutional. But I want to tell them, it doesn't matter. Please try to respect the people of Kenya. These are the bosses. The Constitution gives and grants them power. You're working from delegated power that is delegated from these people, the same people that you're abducting, the same people that you are hitting with tear gas. And this power is not permanent. Don't think that you will be there permanent. You are just there today. Tomorrow will be another person. Can you do something that when you get out of that power, your legacy will stand? I know that Kenyans are tired with these activities, but Kenyans, let us wake up. I believe that we are responsible for this because it is just the other day that we had an opportunity to go to the ballot and vote. Many voted for this government, hoping that there will be change, hoping that there will be hope, hoping that there will be good fruit. But whatever that we have harvested now from this government is evil, evil, and evil. Can you imagine having a president that is calling its people that voted for him demons? To me, is the head of the state, so is the big demon if Kenyans are demons. And you should respect the people of Kenya. Because of time, I think I will have no more today. For that few, I just want to leave you Kenyans with one thing. Let us unite ourselves together. Let us come together and make sure that whatever we are doing together as a team. I have heard that on Monday there will be street protest. Some things that are not even necessary to be done, but because of the pressure that we have, we had nothing to do but to do such. The government should listen to the people, because I started by saying that we are a democratic republic of Kenya. Being a Republican country, and so far democratic republic nation, the government first must respect its own people, because this is not a state, it's not a police state, it's not a state of any man, but it is a republic of Kenya. It is a nation that governed by the law, under the power of the public. So guys, I will just end there. And for those who don't know me, I am Timothy Mapinda. I am very glad to have this great moment and opportunity to speak for these issues that we are facing as the people of Kenya. Until next time, goodbye.